Welcome to Stay Wavy TV. Enjoy and ride the wave.
UFC heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall's career may be over in the UFC because he is still recovering 4 months after he got poked in the eye by Ciryl Gane, which caused the fight to be stopped early. I think Ciryl Gane was winning this fight up to that point. You know, many people was very critical of this stoppage because eye pokes happen all the time in the UFC, and that does not usually cause a fight to get stopped. But that was the case when Tom Aspinall faced off with Ciryl Gane, who was a huge underdog against Tom Aspinall. Remember, Tom Aspinall was on the internet with his fan base, you know, clowning and, you know, talking about Jon Jones is scared to fight him. So we were expecting Tom Aspinall to just go in there and just flatline Ciryl Gane, but that wasn't the case, man. Ciryl Gane was giving Tom Aspinall some serious problems leading up to that point. Ciryl Gane's face was getting pretty beat up to that point. And listen, man, it's looking like Tom Aspinall is not getting back in that octagon anytime soon. So 4 months after he was poked in the eye from Ciryl Gane, he still cannot track moving targets with his eyes. He has to take 32 eye drops a day. He gets vertigo/dizziness if he changes direction suddenly. He misses people's hands when he shakes them. He has to ask people to drive. He has to ask people to drive him to places. He struggles to play with his kids. He has a black spot in his vision that will not go away. Okay, so from the looks of it, Tom Aspinall might have suffered some type of permanent damage while Ciryl Gane poked him in the eye when they fought last year. And this is a very unfortunate situation. You know, maybe Tom Aspinall is going to have some type of eye surgery again. I don't know, man. But, you know, at this point, you know, I think Tom Aspinall should consider just dropping that belt. Don't hold up the heavyweight division, man. If you're not going to fight, give the belt up. And listen, let Jon Jones and Alex Pereira, let them fight at the UFC White House card that Dana White said is happening soon. Let them fight for that belt at the next major UFC card, the one that's taking place at the White House, and let them fight for the belt there. Don't hold up the division, man. If something's wrong with your eyes, I understand. Give up the belt, and whenever you fully recover, whenever your eyes fully heal, come back and you should automatically get a title shot. But don't slow down the division, man. You got Ciryl Gane and catering, waiting for his, you know, redemption, waiting for his rematch. Because like I said, many people felt like Ciryl Gane was on his way to winning that fight. You know what I'm saying? So, look, we could get Alex Pereira versus Ciryl Gane for the UFC heavyweight title, and whoever wins gets to face Jon Jones, or just let Jon Jones and Alex Pereira go straight at it. You know what I'm saying? But this is sad, man. This is sad, man. But listen, if Tom Aspinall, if he's really having these issues, then it's definitely not something that we should make fun of, because your eyes are very important, right? If your eyes aren't healthy, then that could just make your life a living hell, man. If you're waking up and you have all of these issues going on with your eyes, that's causing all of these problems that was listed, according to PT Carroll. Shout out to PT Carroll for reporting this. Then that's serious, man. And it's looking like Tom Aspinall, it's looking like he may be forced to retire. He's only defended that heavyweight title once, I believe, right? One time since Jon Jones vacated it after Jon Jones beat the other guy. What's his name that Jon Jones beat in this final fight? The dude that got knocked out by Francis. Shout out to the UFC fans, man. I'm not a hardcore UFC fan, so I forget these things. But long story short, man, this is very unfortunate, bro, because this was his first title defense. It ended up in a no contest. And now you have a situation where this guy may never fight again, bro. Like, Tom Aspinall may never step foot in the UFC octagon ever again. You know what I'm saying? My mans might have to get some type of eyeball transplant. Is that possible? Hey, let me know in the chat, y'all. Like, is it possible to get an eyeball transplant? Like, could you get your eyeballs transplanted with somebody? Like, if say somebody passes away, could you get a transplant and use their eyeballs and you transplant them? That'd be pretty dope if you could be able to do that. That'll be dope. But yeah, man, so Jon Jones in his last fight, he stopped Stipe Miocic. We were supposed to get Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. Jon Jones was offered the biggest payday of his career. Dana White agreed to pay Jon Jones, and that's rare because we've heard a bunch of stories about Dana White and the UFC underpaying their fighters. So the fact that he was willing to pay Jon Jones so much money for this fight, it just goes to show, you know, Dana White felt like this was the biggest fight in the UFC, right? Jon Jones, he turned down the fight. First, he accepted the fight. Then he turned it down. Then he retired. And then once Dana White announced the UFC White House card, all of a sudden, I guess because Jon Jones is MAGA, right? Shout out to him for that. I guess because Jon Jones is MAGA and he's a very patriotic American citizen, which is a good thing. You know, he wanted to fight at the UFC White House card. He was willing to fight Tom Aspinall. He still wants to fight Alex Pereira, but he was even willing to fight Tom Aspinall for his belt. You know what I'm saying? But what I really think happened is, I think after Jon Jones seen Tom Aspinall's performance against Ciryl Gane, I think Jon Jones was like, what the hell was I scared of this whole time? This guy's food, right? Because, bro, Jon Jones folded Ciryl Gane in like 30 seconds, right? Like, he made easy pickings of Ciryl Gane, but Tom Aspinall was struggling with Ciryl Gane. He you know, like I said, he was looking like he was on his way to lose, you know? So we'll see what happens. I will keep you guys updated on this situation. I wish Tom Aspinall a speedy recovery. But like I said, bro, don't hold up the heavyweight division, bro. If you're really having issues with your eyes 4 months after the fight, just vacate the title and let somebody else fight for it. With that being said, it's your boy Wavy, Stay Wavy TV. Make sure y'all subscribe. Please click that hype button. And most importantly, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. It's your boy Wavy. I'm out.
Welcome to Stay Wavy TV. Enjoy and ride the wave.
Welcome to Stay Wavy TV.